Hello people, so here we are. So 13th of July 2019, and if you saw my last video you may remember that I was talking about creating a peach and nectarine orchard here. So got one tree already behind me, Variety Dixie Red. You're well acquainted with that and saw the lovely crop that it did indeed produce this year. So, and also last year produced a good crop as well. So one variety I wish to add to the collection so far is Variety Rochester. So this is a peach and it dates back to around the year 1900, I believe, and I think it's from the US but has been grown a lot here in the UK, and I believe it was one of the first peaches to be introduced to the UK, so very intriguing in those regards. So basically what's going on here, so the Autumn Royal Grapevine here really it's vigorous, it's beautiful, and you can see the grapes are starting to sort of look, really grape-like now, so hopefully another, I don't know, 2 months or so these will be ready to eat. But the vine, it's gone all the way up here, look, and up to there. I use this old washing line here, ties to hold it to the supports of the polytunnel, all the way up here and all the way around here. So I'm deciding, what I'm going to do with that. I'm not going to be doing, too much in the way of pruning at the moment this time of year, although I have been, keeping it at bay, because had I not, it would have been growing right into the peach tree at the moment, so I can't really have that. So I'm thinking about what I'm going to be doing in this polytunnel. So I've got some tomato plants down here. They'll be gone, obviously, late autumn time. And probably going to turn this polytunnel totally over to permaculture. So grapevines, peach trees, got citrus, got an orange tree down here for those of you who haven't seen too much of it. This is a blood orange tree, and it's carrying a a few little oranges, like this one here, look, has made a fair size there as well, see that in there, and little cluster of oranges formed there. So how many of these turn into oranges, who knows, and I'm certainly not an expert in orange production, but a lot of it with me is just the fun of producing things in the UK that aren't necessarily typically grown here, and that to me is what a lot of this is about. So down here, look, you can see the cucumbers I do things like this. These are snake beans that I'm growing in these, and what I also did was just stuck a few what they call market more cucumbers in the tubs here, and quite nice there, really. Get some cucumbers. I mean, if I can get if I can just get 3 or 4 cucumbers off of this, I will love this. I'm going to be probably repotting this coffee plant tomorrow. I do need to do that. Tomatoes are starting to come now. These are it's a variety moneymaker, if I am not mistaken. Now, you may remember these grapevines here, which really did not look very impressive when I purchased them from where did I get them from? I can't remember who I got. Victoriana, there you go, it says it on there, look. Yeah. Now it's starting to put out a bit of growth there, and this one here as well, starting to put out a bit of growth there as well, so much improved, and I thought they would, which is one reason why I decided to stick with them. Okay, so this area here, which is actually next to the polytunnel, I've got my run of beans in containers amongst other things here. I'm thinking of putting something here, the infrastructure for the peach and nectarine orchard, because obviously I don't want to be letting them get wet in the winter time because of the leaf curl. So if I put like a little lean-to in here, that will do the sort of have the effect of keeping them dry during the winter period, and I can build that myself. I've got some basic construction skills, put some posts in, and maybe a slanted roof. Well, obviously a slanted roof have to be so the rain runs off of it, and then maybe that'll then open up some more sort of avenues of having like a water butt there or two, to collect more water. So that's could be a good positive addition, but I can't be doing that sort of thing now. It's going to be a winter project because I'll hopefully have, or maybe we'll have a bit more time then, but we shall see. Now what we got, runner beans are looking cool over here, and this sort of starting to actually produce now. I'm expecting you know, a very decent crop of runner beans here, and we'll go over and look at the other ones in a moment. Now here we go. The Yuzu is looking pretty nifty actually. It's doing quite well. It's got a little Yuzu form there, look, see it? Yuzu, this is allegedly hardy down to -10 degrees C, so we'll see once it's established. There you go, let you have a read of that, look. So we shall see how we are going to do with that. Okay, so my runner beans in the container down here, very small container, look. I'm going to give this some water tonight. Runner beans like plenty of water. So you can see that, you know, starting to produce runner beans here, and a nice little collection of runner beans there, look. And the only problem, well not problem, but I like to come out here and eat them raw. I do like raw runner beans, I really do. But you know, decent crops starting to come. We've got plenty of you know, flowers here, so quite happy with how they are progressing. Now the blueberries have been an absolute success with the ericaceous compost and the ericaceous feed and the watering every day. Produced very heavy crops, and I've been coming out here every day and having, you know, a few blueberries in the morning, a few in the evening, and they're ripening over a sort of successive period, which is good. And this, you know, still carrying a fair few on here. And on here as well. So blueberries are definitely a thing that I want to get more into, maybe even taking some of my own cuttings, but plenty more to come. So quite happy with how they've worked out. Now down here in the container grown grapes, so you can see that there, look. Now that's starting to, you know, look like a little bunch of grapes. Now I think Monty Don spoke on Gardener's World about removing, you know, a few grapes off of the vine, off of the bunches rather, to allow them to produce bigger crops. But I'm not going to do that, and I didn't see the episode. I do like Gardener's World actually, but actually I really should tune in and watch it, because I do like Monty Don and I do like Gardener's World. I remember watching it as a child with Jeff Hamilton, and that's one thing I really should do. I suppose I can catch up on that during the winter, can't I? But yeah, intriguing stuff. Okay, so over to the vegetable bed. Now, it's getting quite exciting over here actually, and one thing I'm really loving about these squash plants is watching the bees, like that one you see, you know, make their way into the large flowers of the squash plants. They're really enjoying pollinating here, and of course that's, here we go, let's see if we can get him to go in there. Go on, go in. He's trying to find his way in. Whoop, is he there? Whoop, there you go. He's in there. It's been amazing just sitting here, you know, as I play the guitar sometimes here, and I watch the bees, you know, go in and out of these flowers, and hoverflies. It's amazing. But yeah, so regarding the production of this here, so let's start with this one. Squashes, by the way, are definitely a thing that really interests me, and I really next year I want to get more into growing different varieties of squashes, because I think they're brilliant and they're just exciting to watch them go from like seed to plant and then to crop. So let's see all the way down here. This is variety I always forget, don't I? Volskaya Blue or something like that, Volskaya, something along those lines. But you can see, look, starting to get crops formed there, look, like that one there. And this one here has formed a fair size. Now, I'm fully aware I should be removing, you know, some of these to allow the other ones to get bigger, particularly so that I'm growing these in, because I'm growing these in containers, and of course it's not an unlimited supply of nutrients for the plant and for the squashes, but I'm still deciding what I'm going to do with that. But looking really healthy there. I think there's another one. This one's, yeah, that's there, another one there, look. And this plant here is, Bumblebee trying to get me, dive bombing me. Queensland Blue. Whoa! Doesn't want me, hang on. Yeah, he didn't want me near the squash plants. Being a bit territorial. This one is, really loves it there. He keeps dive bombing me to get me away. Yeah, so squash form there. Let's put out these, just to cut the grass, I lifted it up. And you can see the squash plants, what they do is they put out these little roots down there to gain more nutrients for the plant, which is quite amazing actually. But I pulled it up as I cut the grass, but I'll probably, you know, won't cut it anymore, and I'll just let the grass do what it wants underneath until the plant's produced. And this variety here, this is Victor Winter Squash. And once again, you know, a nice formed squash there, long keeping squash, hence the name Winter Squash. I think a lot of these are long keeping actually. And this one here, the Patty Pan Squash, the Bennings Green Tint. I've been picking these because you pick these small, like that look, and sort of like a rather unique old-fashioned taste, because I think these date back to around the year 1900. You see one there? So pretty cool indeed. And of course the runner beans are, you know, seems to be a good year for runner beans out there. Everybody else out there doing okay with their runner beans? So the strawberries are now producing runners, variety Cambridge favourite. So I'm going to be taking some runners from those and hopefully increasing my size of strawberry production here. Right, so this has sort of been the first year that I've at this premises that I've really went for it with regards to sort of the grow your own here. Of course, I've went for it a lot before in various places. You know, you've seen the older videos. I think I've been doing YouTube now for like 4 years, something like that. Yeah, I'm thinking a lot more about sort of creating like the system now. So I'm going to be getting a lot more into, I want a wormery, a lot more composting, really slowly developing it into what I would like it to be, and indeed what you peeps would like it to be as well. So, you know, I don't look at this as just my thing. I look at it as something that we can all be, you know, all be a part of. So that's how I'm going. So hope you enjoyed that. Anything you want to say, post, comment, what's it's, whatever down below. Feel free, and take care and speak soon.